Hey guys! So it is currently 4:08 a.m. and I'm headed to the airport to go home. I haven't been home in 7 months, so that's kind of a long time. I haven't seen my parents or my family, my friends in 7 months. So I just woke up and I'm very tired, but it's okay. I have 12 hours to sleep on the plane. This is the plane outfit we're going for. I really wish I was one of those girls who cared about looking cute on a flight, but that's not me. My flight's at 6:50. It is currently 4:10, and I'm a little anxious, honestly, to get on my flight because technically the borders are closed. A few days ago, the French government announced that they were closing the borders and there was no travel going out of the country or into the country except for essential travel only. So I'm a little bit anxious, but I think I'll be okay since I'm a citizen. They technically can't deny me to go back to my country. But I did have to get a COVID test done before I get on my flight, and I have to fill out an attestation thing of why I'm traveling. So hopefully with all of that, it's a good enough reason to let me go. I don't know, it should be okay, but I'm just feeling a little bit anxious about it, so we'll see what happens when I get there. Yeah, I'm excited, but I'm scared. I'm not gonna see my apartment for I don't know how long. I don't even know how long I'm staying home. I literally just bought a one-way flight because I assume France is going back on lockdown soon, and I live in a really tiny studio by myself, so if we do happen to go back in quarantine, I would much prefer to be home with my family in a big house rather than being stuck here. So I just bought a one-way flight, and I don't know when I'm coming back, so that makes me kind of anxious also, but I know I'll be back, so it's okay, but I'm gonna miss my little apartment. Well, I'll see you guys at the airport. So I just went through security and I'm waiting next to my gate, and it's literally empty in here. It's so strange. Granted, it is 5 in the morning, so there's that, but I don't think I've ever seen the airport this empty. I was the only person in security. There's like 7 or 8 people at the gate, and all of them are citizens. So it seems like everyone on my flight is a citizen, like returning home. So that should be interesting. My flight should be pretty empty. When I went home in August, my flight was very empty. I had the whole row to myself. So I'm hoping that happens again so I can take a little nap. I had to show the check-in lady my COVID test and my attestation saying why I'm traveling, and then everything was fine. So good to go. Okay, so finally, after walking around the Paris airport for 3 hours, we were able to board, and as you can see, the flight was empty, just like I expected, so that was great. Love that. Then I watched the safety information video, because safety first, of course. Then I looked out the window, because what are window seats for, am I right? And we were taking off, you know, gotta get a good video of taking off. And then shortly after we took off, it was time for our meal. So they gave us so much food, some pasta, a dessert, a bread roll, water, and I got some wine, of course, because in France. So I ate that, watched a movie, and spread out, got comfortable because I had the whole row to myself. And then, of course, since I just ate and I was stretched out, I got tired, so I took a nap. And then 9 hours later when I woke up, I checked the map and I was so happy to see we were only 2 hours away from landing. So then I looked out the window again, saw some mountains. Don't know which ones, not great at geography. I think Appalachian. Don't quote me on that. And then it was like breakfast time, so they gave us another snack, which was like a Hot Pocket burrito breakfast thing. Then looked out the window again, and I saw San Francisco, and it looked so cute, and I was so happy that we were almost touched down. Then we touched down finally, and I was so happy because I was so tired of sitting and I needed to stretch. So I'm back. I made it home. It's a few days later that I'm recording this. Today is Wednesday the 10th, and I got here on Saturday afternoon. So it's been a few days. I forgot to record my little outro, but basically I made it home. The flight was fine. It was really long. So it was 1 hour and 30 minutes from Nice to Paris, and then I had a 3-hour layover in Paris, and then I flew 11 hours from Paris to San Francisco, and now I'm here. The flight was pretty chill. It was super empty, so pretty much everyone had like the entire row to themselves, which was perfect because I got to lay down and sleep during the flight, and it was just nice. It's nice to have space because you already don't have space in the tiny little seats, so it's nice to not have people next to you so you can like stretch out a bit, especially on a long ass flight like that one was. They also did a really good job at making sure everyone had their masks on, and like even if people were sleeping and their mask was like a little bit off their nose or whatever, they would wake people up and tell them like, put your mask on correctly, please fix your mask. And they made sure all the middle seats were empty. Even though it was like pretty empty flight and most people had the row to themselves, there was 2 guys behind me that were in the same row, but one was in the aisle seat and one was in the middle seat. So they at least made sure to keep all the middle seats free. They also walked around and passed out little envelopes to everybody that had like a mask and wipes for your hands, and then sanitary wipes to wipe down like everything around you on the plane. So that was good. As soon as I got off the plane, we had to wait in line for the health officials in the US to check your COVID test. So they asked me what countries I was traveling from, and then they looked at my COVID test result, and that was it. Then I went through customs, they looked at my passport, then I grabbed my bag. The San Francisco airport was also super empty, just like the Paris one was, and just like the Nice airport was. So yeah, that's it. All in all, it was a pretty chill flight. I'm happy to be home. I was anxious for nothing because I was completely fine. So I'm gonna be home for about 2 months. I think in the beginning of the video, I had just booked a one-way. I hadn't booked my flight home yet, but I just booked my flight back to France last night. So I'll be returning at the beginning of April. Hopefully I don't have to push my flight back if France ends up going back on lockdown, and I will probably extend my stay here. Thank you guys for coming along with me on my trip. I hope you enjoyed this little vlog. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.